I see you humming, Veep. I see you. Hey, everybody. Hola, Draco. Server 38 sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all whooped us. Y'all beat us. But you still suck. Hey, you don't. I actually like y'all a lot. But you still suck. Okay, you don't suck. But still, you suck. Every single one of you. Terrible. Shout out Server 38. You suck. Even though you beat us by a lot. Actually, it was a very close and it was a very fun match. Tash, you are absolutely incredible. I actually know who you are. I know your secret identity. I know your last name. And you're freaking awesome. Draco, I'll admit that the only incursion that I can think of that I probably had quote unquote more fun at would be the one where Server 20 absolutely whooped Ultimate DJ server. But in terms of like close battle, that's the closest battle incursion I've ever fought on any of my servers and had absolutely great time. So I hope y'all did too. I really do hope all of y'all did as well. So no way, thank you. I like to give credit to everybody because it's not just me. There's a lot of great content creators and stuff out there that we have pressuring the overlords to be better. And I think that we did a good job. So I'll give love to everybody. Hey, Professor Hope, good to see you. Server 97, shout out to all my 97ites. Those who are part of my alliance, the Gordon Sex Club, and my number one Igor himself sub. Hopefully y'all come join. Greg says, yeah, last minute defense of Helos, you guys are pressuring to win at the last moment was a ton of fun. It was, and dude, I wish I had some of the logs saved. I do have some pictures of them I guess I could share, but I was pulling like 4 billion tritanium per pull. That wasn't even counting the parcel I was pulling. It was down to the minute, last of the wire, good fun. Down to the minute, last wire, good fun. Incursion sucked on 41. Dang, Matt, tell me about it. What happened on 41 that made Incursion suck? I'd love to know. I really mean that. And that even means that people who don't enjoy it or didn't enjoy it, I want to know their opinions too. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. Everybody hurts. So Stuart, we didn't finish. If you'd like to see what we started, I can show you. I shared it on the Discord. If y'all are not in my Discord. Also, the hint for the upcoming arc is in my Discord. Link is in the description of this video. But not only did I share a hint, I also shared how far we got in our build. But if you didn't see it, I can give you the quickie, but you're probably not gonna be able to tell what it is. So, I mean, if you can, awesome. Shout out to Server 35, great PvP. They whooped us on Server 37, but still had a lot of fun. End of the day, that's what should matter is, did your group have fun? And my hope is that at the end of all this, everybody can say that. Like everybody can say, yeah, my group had a blast. And that's what I hope ends up happening for most people. And I realize that not everybody can have that, but that's my hope. I just want my friends to have fun. Y'all are my friends. Shout out Server 8. How you doing? DJ made a musical hint. I made a hint that's not musical. DJ likes to do poems and stuff. My hint is not musical. My hint is a code. If you can decipher the code, you will find out. And if you go to my announcements page, how about I put this on the screen so I can show y'all. So if you go to my Discord in my announcements page, I can put this on Facebook if y'all want me to. I've been trying to give the Facebook people love. But if you go over to my Discord, in the announcements page, you'll find this post, which was about me redoing the background, saying that we weren't going to stream last night. But on the third point, we said, hey, for STFC players, if you, I recently posted a hint. If you break this code, you can find where I placed the hint. This is the code. If you can break this code, you can find the hint. And I would say that if you find the hint, you're probably going to know immediately what it is. So the code is the difficult part. Once you break the code, the hint's easy. Once you break the code, the hint is easy. So, hey, Server 38 turtled up and almost everyone was shielded. I don't know, Chris. Because Server 20 ended up rating, 21 trillion in points. So it's not the most Server 20's ever scored, but I also can't say that they were bubbled up because I happen to, get to see a lot of servers across, or a lot of servers across Incursions. And you'll see people scoring 9 trillion and winning, and even on older servers. So one of the things I'm actually talking to the volunteer team about doing is monitoring this year who's actually average scoring the most points and giving up the most points. Because I think there's a little bit of that with server 20, where server 20 is one of the highest scoring servers in Incursions, but they also consistently give up some of the most points. So I think that's becoming a pretty consistent issue for server 20. And I relate it to football. For those that don't know, I have a football channel and a football podcast, and I covered the New Orleans Saints for 3 years for The Athletic and trained as an NFL scout. It was fun times. And my immediate thought was ranking offenses and defenses, just like you would in football. So I'm going to talk to the volunteers about setting something like that up and give us a visual of how we're all doing. So Barnum says, I was bored, so I rated again. Probably was not instrumental in 57's win. Also, the hint is unnecessary. Even if, so just based on what you're talking about, Barnabas, if you're assuming what they talked about at Comic-Con, they didn't say when that's happening. But I will say there are a lot of people who enjoy hints, and we'll figure it out. And if you don't like it, don't worry about it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. Matt says we were down 6 trillion within the first hour, and it only got worse as the day went on. Yikes. Hey, Ark, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Looking dashing day. I actually was just looking. I was like, I don't think I've worn this in a while. So I decided that I was going to wear it. That's how I was going to wear it. And it just, what you ever look in your closet and go, hey, I haven't put that on in a bit? That's what happened to me this morning. I was like, I haven't put this on in a bit, so I'm going to put it on. Phoenix Stargazer from Server 93. Glad to have you as our neighbors for Incursions event. Sure. I have no idea what you're talking about, honestly. I truly have no clue what you're talking about. All right, let me get this repair done so I can get back out there and finish my Hughes trials. And yeah, Todd, I'm getting Comcast. It's becoming a very consistent issue on middle of the day. For whatever reason, Comcast is terrible. Hopefully it'll work itself out in a few minutes. But it's gotten to where I can't even stream on the middle of the days. So we will hopefully wait it out and see if it gets a little bit better. Their biggest whales blew up on my base. They spent the first 23 hours defending hard, but caught our biggest whale unshielded due to the time change, and they almost came back. Forgotten. Which server are you referring to? Which server was that at? Which server was that? Because that is similar to what was happening on server 20 and server 38. I mean, at one point we had taken the lead, but it was very small, and they were pretty consistently finding targets, especially through the night. And then we found a real juicy one there at the end. Thank you, Hank, for supporting the channel with gifting out a membership. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Hank. That's extremely kind of you. That is extremely kind of you. Thank you, Hank. I really appreciate that support. I really, really do. So thank you, Hank. Are there any undefeated servers? There's 3 undefeated servers still. So server 16 is undefeated. Server 80 is undefeated, and there's an APAC server. I'm blanking on which one it is. I'm trying to remember which server it is. There's an APAC server. There's 3 of them, and I'm trying to remember which it is. But there are 3 undefeated servers. And crap, maybe chat can help out. Maybe chat can help out. Chat, what is the current APAC server that is undefeated? 45 was undefeated, and they just had their first loss here this week. They just had their first loss. So RIP to server 45's undefeated streak. Now they're still 7-1, 8-1, which is incredibly impressive. There's nothing to be ashamed of with that record, but they did suffer their first loss. So now they're going to be playing catch up and hoping others lose so that they can reclaim their title as one of the tops. So, Steve, good to see you as always. They called me in to terrorize you guys into not getting as much fun from it. Was fun. I don't need to apologize for, Draco. I thought it was great. I thought seeing you and Anders go at each other with the big Enterprise Ds was absolutely just an absolute blast to watch. I had a great time checking it out. So, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to apologize for anything. I think that was fantastic gameplay. And the only regret I have is that it was happening right there at the very end, so I couldn't record it. It was great active defense. It was a great raid. There was tons of loot. Everything about it was fantastic. I just, honest to God, wish I had, I do, honest to God, wish that we would have had more time to hit that raid, and also so that I could have recorded it. So, About servers yet to win? I don't know if there's any server. Let me check the chart real quick. I don't think there's a server that is yet to win. I think everybody has at least one, but let me go take a look actually, because our volunteer team, shout out to Jules, he put together the main list that we're using here. Shout out to Boomslang, who helped track the records. Let me see if we have anybody that went into this weekend that had never won. Let's see. Scroll. All right, 8-0. There's server 16. Tons that only have one, right? So tons of servers that only had one win. For example, server 57 went into this weekend with only one win. Let's see. Server 76 only had one win. All right, so the only servers that have not won were newer servers like 93 and 92, and they had only fought in one server previously. So that number's still really low, but I think it's a little bit skewed, or they are technically that party, but they're a little bit skewed there because they've only participated in like one Incursions. As far as the ones who've been doing Incursions since it came out, no, there's nobody that has never won. The only servers that have not won yet are newer servers who are limited in the amount of Incursions they've actually participated in. Now, there is still server 90, who I believe is undefeated, but they're only 4-0. And we'll have to go through and track the rest of these. I'm just scrolling. Oh, I'm sorry, 143. Server 143 has never won before. Wow, that's what happens when you go through over 100 servers. Server 143 is 0-8 coming into this weekend, and we'll have to go see if they won. I've not poured through all of the different charts. But server, yeah, that's one server that has not won, 143. And we'll have to see if they manage to pull it off this weekend. So 168 only has one win. Yeah, I mean, server 20 has only 2 wins, and you have some people who've been trying to contest that singular win. So, or I'm sorry, that singular one against DJ server, trying to say it doesn't count. It's a full incursion. Everything happened. Definitely counts. Server 71, but that's only because server 76 had less shield discipline than we did. Duck, you just described how everybody wins and loses in Incursions. That's definitely nothing new. That's definitely nothing new. You just described how everybody has won Incursions. The only people who win or lose Incursions is because of shield discipline. You know, there's no like nobody wins because the other server out PvP'd the other. You know, it's all about that. It just all comes down to who has worse shield discipline. And server 20 sadly has got a flock of geniuses who believe shielding doesn't matter. Linda says 86 was 0-8. Really? 86? 0-8. Okay, so that means 2. I'm just scrolling. I'm trying to eyeball the list, and I didn't see 0-6. Let me see. For 0-8 for 86. I'm looking at the US servers. Let's see. Who did y'all fight? Who did y'all go against? I'm trying to see who 86 actually went against. I don't even see them on this list. Do they have a bye this week? Server 86 on a bye? Oh. Server or EU 126 is 3-8. It's like that saying, you got to fail enough times in order to win. I mean, I guess that's a saying for us here in server 20. And I'm hoping that changes, because I think that our group is a really good group. And if we can ever unify, I think we're getting much better at that. Server 20 is going to get back into that win column. But we're what? As far as inside of 2023, server 20 is now 2-3, I think. 2-2, 2-3. So, yeah. Discord is missing the screenshot of 24 through verse 41. Well, add it in, Matt, if you got it. If you have that one, add it in. Full incursion equal all servers having incursion besides a few starter servers that get a bye week. I don't understand what you're trying to say, Barnabas. That doesn't make any sense. Hello, Miss Debbie. Good to see you. Server 26, level 51. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a good day. Are you getting a little of the old Comcast fail? Always, David. That's the sad truth of my life. Lots of Comcast fail. So it's our whales who don't think they need a shield. I mean, that's also how it always is, right? I mean, because truthfully, for better or for worse, the burden of rating is on your high levels, whether it's helping crack the bases or not getting drained. So, 86 no longer exists. Okay, Miss Linda, that makes sense. Now the math is starting to math. Now the math is starting to math. You merged with 87. Okay. Yeah. Now I do have 87 on this list. And let's see what 87 was. I guess when we merge, or no, 87 was off this week because of the merge. But I think 87 has a positive record. I know 88 is 1-2, and 89 are 2-1 coming into this week. We'll have to update this sheet, find out where everybody's at. So, server started off 5 trillion in the hole. See, I feel like my server can come out of a 5 trillion deficit, but there are some deficits that start feeling a little bit too large. Some deficits start feeling a little too large. So, 6 trillion we can come back from. Now that will depend. If you're on like a brand new server, 6 trillion is probably impossible to come back from. If you're on an OG server, like I'm on, 6 trillion is not hard to come back from. If your alliance and if your group is working hard, doing incursions together, y'all can come back from that. But it really just depends on where your group is. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're having a good day. Have you ever done an overall survey, have people prefer PvP or PvP in this game? I mean, we've done that with Incursions, Denny. Generally, it's if people say they hate Incursions, they are a PvP player. And if people love Incursions, they're a PvP player. And those numbers are about 40% PvP, 60% PvE. If we use that as a generic baseline, which I think is a fair way to look at it. I think that's a pretty decent representation. Is it a perfect example? No, but I don't think it's a bad one either. I don't think it's a bad one. You're on the same server as Lube and Stewie, and we got Thrash again. Very poor shield discipline on our server. Were Lube and Stewie some of the poor discipline people? Please tell me Lube and Stewie were. I will go shame them relentlessly. We will shame them relentlessly if it was them. If it was them, we shall shame them relentlessly. Also, I've got news for y'all. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go up to at least level 47 this month. So, FYI. This month where I've now dropped hints is also apparently a month where I'm going to go up and venture into the 47 range. So, yay. 87 beat 86 many times. Well, then we know they have a positive record then, don't we, Miss Linda? Although we did have a complete moron who couldn't put his personal vendetta against me and kept blowing me up while I was trying to do the PvP event. That happens, man. Maybe you should reconcile. Maybe y'all should get a marriage counselor or, a divorce attorney, whatever works. Either way, maybe y'all should come together and find a way. Find a way. I believe in you. Find a way. Okay, sometimes you can't find a way. But hey, I was able to reconcile my issues with IA. So, I mean, if I can do it, I believe you can do it. Incursion APAC will be interesting going forward with the dwindling number of servers. Yeah, I'll see. There's currently, I think, 7? Let me see how many APAC servers that we have active right now. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7. Yeah, there are currently 7 active Asian Pacific servers. So there's definitely a lower number of those. The 1 versus DJ counts like a preseason football game? Absolutely wrong, Harrison. That makes no sense. I'll never understand somebody trying to say that it doesn't count. It literally was an incursion. It was a full point scoring, same setup, everything, 2 alliance or 2 servers, 1v1. It matters. It counts. I don't know why people can say it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense. The only people who can argue that it doesn't are the people who lost because they don't want to affect their record. But you lost. You knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise incursions. Hell, there was better communication about that incursion happening than any incursion that happens. So, yeah. Why are you more excited? The new ship or new officers coming? Who said anything about a new ship coming? I certainly haven't. I certainly have said there's a new ship coming. Just because one of the devs in the interview mentioned the ship, they didn't say when that ship was coming. So, you can hurry up and wait. Not get any answers out of me except the answer you will get out of me is in the hint in my Discord. So if you have not already, encourage you, go check out the hint. Go check out the hint. So 55 destroyed 56, and I was on the losing side. I'm sorry. I mean, I like winning. So I like winning. I want to win more. 38 squeak by 20. I was there, Colt. That's my I'm on server 20. It was a great battle. And in terms of losing, I never want to lose, but that one was fun. I had a great time on that one. I would I'd gladly fight 38 again. Gladly. If anything, a successful server win comes to the unity between all kinds of players, good ones, rogues, toxic, etc. Maybe better rewards could incentivize players to be serious. I agree. I have been trying to get them to improve the rewards for a long time. That's a constant struggle, man. Sometimes we win with Scopely, and other times we get told to get wrecked. You know, it really is difficult to get them to give up on some of their like really staunch beliefs that I believe are detrimental to the things that they want. They want people to do incursions and do a lot of them. Well, you better increase the rewards. So, how'd you feel about the 1 hour delay? Personally, I love the 1 hour delay in incursions because it helped limit the lag. Was there still lag at various points? Of course there is. So go ahead and cue the comments for everybody who's going to come in and talk about how, oh, there was lag, it was terrible, I couldn't do anything. Most people did not have near as bad of a lag at the start of incursions because they delayed it till after the events had rolled out and launched. So you ended up having a much better experience for most players. So I like that. Is it a perfect system? No, but it certainly helped. I think that it's pretty obvious on the 4 servers that I personally logged into. It definitely helped. So all the servers I participated in, you could definitely tell a difference in a positive way. Your server do purge for incursions? Absolutely. 24 hours before everybody's on, everybody's getting, I mean, I was doing this before incursions on my stream. Everybody's getting rated. If you have not moved to a level 1 through 19 system, you're getting swapped. I just like, we're wrecking your base. We're raiding everything you got. You got to be through a 1 through 19 system and shielded. Doesn't matter if you're friendly, foe, etc. Everybody gets the butt whooping if they are not drained. And we managed to get a lot of resources out before 38 could get them, but we still have a lot. I mean, server 20's got over 3,000, active accounts on it, right? And in terms of daily players, they've got between 1,500 and 2,000 daily players every day. So it's tough to get all that, organized and set up. But hey, Leroy, thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you. And I appreciate the birthday well wishes to the significant others. So that's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Bashista says, I think having APAC and EU run at the same time is good. It would definitely make calendar arrangements better. I agree. The only thing I would change is I am still very strong on the viewpoint that this needs to be on the weekends, not during the weekdays. And we actually did a poll. I can give you those numbers. Let me go ahead and pull those up. But we actually did a poll for the incursions last month. And we asked several questions. Had 3,000 players who came in and participated. Thank you to the players who did. And of those players, 76, a little bit more than 76% of those players preferred incursions on the weekend. Now, that does tell me there's enough people that deserve to have an incursion on the weekday. But I think that there should be like a one-off weekday, say once every 4 months, and then the other times it's on a weekend to cater to the largest group of people who are trying to really want to participate in incursions, but maybe can't because of the fact that it's been on a weekday. So I think you got to kind of fix that around. But besides that, I think it was a good run. Or in terms of like putting EU and APAC on the same time scale. So I think the 1 hour delay also allowed people to kind of focus on getting their dailies done at reset, which is huge. And that way you have less of a gripe from any of the PvEers. They had some time to get that daily done at the reset point if they wanted to. So Jason says the 1 hour delay was helpful, but happening during the week blows. I agree with both of those points. Forgotten says, I love the time shift, but too many didn't know, despite my numerous messages. A lot of times you're just going to have to repeat things a lot, and communication from the game is always going to be a little bit of an issue, right? We know that this game does not communicate as much as we want them to. That's just truth, right? That's just how it is. But at the same time, I do think that it's a good change, and hopefully if they keep moving forward, we will be able to just let people know and hope that it gets pressed out. So, hey, Malachi, good to see you. Fops, the hint for that I dropped last night is on my Discord. Link is in the description. But the hint I dropped is on my Discord. I'll actually put up my Discord again for those who missed it. But it's in the announcements channel. Let me put my display capture on. If you come to my announcements channel, I made a big post last night talking about, wife's birthday and everything. And then point number 3 for the Star Trek Fleet Command players, if you break this code, you'll find a hint that's kind of an answer. It's not even really a hint. So it's if you break the code, you'll know. You'll definitely know. So, all right, let's get this back off the screen so I don't accidentally share something I shouldn't. Server 90, shout out Dark Tree, how you doing? Mark says they delayed it with 1 hour because they did not tell anyone it would be starting so everyone could see amongst events. That's not true, Marcus. They actually did announce that it was starting. Ripper, you definitely don't suck. You're one of our favorite people in the world, and we love you. So, they definitely announced Incursions plenty ahead of time, but they just never, I'm going to argue they never do enough when it comes to communication, but it's not like Incursions came out of nowhere. We had ample warning. We know what happens once a month. We know it's between the arcs. So there should have been no confusion that Incursions was coming for any players. The only confusion could have been, did we have a bye week, right? And that announcement did come very late. So, got your Coronar last month. Congrats. Yeah, I love having the Coronar and the Pylon. Absolutely fun. Absolutely fun. Ripper says, can we leak instead? Ripper, you can leak whatever you want to leak. Absolutely. You can leak whatever you want to leak, sir. There'll be angry people. I've already said that. I've been very clear that my opinion is the officers especially coming out next month. Oh, there's going to be a firestorm over that. Firestorm. Do I believe that everything is bad? No. But am I personally not very happy about that? I'm not very happy about that at all. Next arc, yes, it's Batman K-Gall. Confirmed. I'm confirming it's Batman. You got me. You absolutely got me. It is definitely Batman. Bureau 97 was confused on if we had Incursions or not. Yeah, KLL. If you're on a brand new server, 96, 97, you're probably not going to have Incursions till maybe the end of the year. Which, speaking of, I got to talk to them about server 96 because they probably deserve to be ascended. Then you talk to that. You talk about that. Watch people in my alliance trade kills with the opposing server, making the champion XSLB ridiculous was fun. I focused mine on, or my focus rather, was on the raid leaderboard. And I scored a very impressive, it's impressive to me, 1.1 trillion points. It was my score. I went pretty hard into the rating. It's definitely something that I focused very, very, very heavily on. So I wanted to score in that. I got to be part of some really big, juicy raids. So this was my scoring. And yeah, I was honestly really happy about that. I think that probably one of the reasons that I think that this was one of my favorite Incursions was because of how much I was able to contribute in that. So there we go. I actually put that in the screen. Didn't mean to. All right, so reload, and I'm going to pop that back off the screen so we can get back to chat because I do have a little bit of Comcasting going on. If it's Batman, I feel bad for the parents. I always feel bad for the parents. Doesn't matter what the situation is. As a parent, I feel bad for the parents. As a parent, I feel bad for the parents. Could you ask about EU 107 because we've not had Incursions yet? We can, Devious. How new is 107? Why do I feel like that's not a very new server? But yeah, we can definitely ask. It never hurts to talk to the overlords for a server that feels like they need Ascension or a merger or Incursions. Certainly can bring these topics up. Sometimes it's something as simple as them overlooking. So, isolate damage was a mistake. It's very apparent Scopa doesn't know how to actually design combat that works and makes sense. Oh, 100% Ripper. 100%. It's very clear that they don't understand balance and they're heading in a bad direction. Isolate would have been fine, and I said this in the first month that Isolate damage came out. Isolate damage would have been completely okay if it was just really small, limited, brand new. This is real small subset. It would have been completely fine. But it's clear that it's kind of taking over, and bad design is making its appearance. And it sucks, but we'll just have to wait and see where that ends up taking us, right? I'm not super excited about some of the things that they're doing, and that is why. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this epic chest. I have not done my Borg solos, but no hue shards. Yay. Thank you, Scopely, for continuing to consistently disappoint. Consisting disappointing. All right, let me go ahead and pull these before I forget. Give a rating when my 7 mil auger was killed by 1.3 billion Rotaran. Well, that's silly, Debbie. Never give up. Never surrender. Isn't that what our favorite sci-fi movie taught us? Never give up. Never surrender. Never give up. Never surrender. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get all these pulls done, because if I don't, I will forget and not do them. And then I'll be complaining later that I didn't have any pulls done. All right, gotta get this. I'm gonna do a triple or double pull. Oh, thank you, Shane. It's very kind. I don't really wear sunglasses, but I appreciate the kind words. It's very, very kind of you. All right, get this in. And then last but not least, I got tons of survey parts. So go ahead and turn those in. All right, we'll have to wait until the next set, and I need to go mine some isogen. Always something to do in Star Trek Fleet Command. Too many things to do. Star Trek Fleet Command. Pokemedros, good to see you. How are you doing today, my friend? Stop. Get on the node before you head out there. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and swap this out for Coronar. I'm going to put our pylon back over here, and we're about to go do some Actians with it, with our Tau setup, which I'm assuming most people run at this point, but this is the crew that we always talk about using for the Actian Apex hostiles. If you have a 4-star ship to get a little bit more of that cargo in. We should be a good year old by now. Yeah. 75 to 80% of the server is now mid to late 30s, and we're ops lock 39. The DV chat, hit me up on Discord. It sounds like we need to go to the overlords on your behalf because they've forgotten about you. So they have forgotten about you. I'm so sorry. It really does stink. Still need a way to deal with the intentional sabotage by players with Trojans of loot. I agree, Alan. I don't know what to really do in those situations. But I do agree that that is against the spirit of what Incursions is trying to do. Definitely against the spirit of what Incursions is trying to do. Let me message this to Ripper. Oh, Scopely math is terrible, Vernon. We are not a fans, and honestly, they don't even necessarily know how they're doing their math. So leave it to Scopely to mess up their own stuff. But yeah, Scopely going to Scopely, as we like to say. Scopely going to Scopely. Yeah, Galaxy Quest. Admiral knows the movie. There you go. It's a great movie. And Star Trek people love it. Like actual Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes. They loved the movie Galaxy Quest when it came out. They absolutely loved it. So, who's that? Oh, Jedi with his big Enterprise down here. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That's a big mamma jamma. Look at my pylum, just like it's my pylum is nothing compared. 39 million versus 1.3 billion. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Absolutely incredible. Let's go over here. Boy Wonders Arc Runner. God, I wish it was. Sorry, we're planning to mark us through text. All right, there we go. So, I rebooted my router basically, and we'll see if that gives a little bit of a fix, but Comcast is just being terrible, and I have no other option, so it is what it is. No other options, it is what it is. So, let's see, we're here for you through all the comment. No, I mean, most people aren't going to be TJ, and I get that, but I really don't have a choice because, like I said, I can't survive without it. But yeah, I mean, if I could do anything, I would literally move if I could to get better internet. I just don't have that option. So it is what it is. And yeah, Marcus, I encourage you to read my messages because I promise you, Scopa does not care at all about content creators. Not at all. Scopa does not give an absolute about content creators. They don't feed us information. We don't know about incursions weeks ahead of time. None of that. Scopa does not care about content creators. So don't think that we're getting like some bonus and Rev knows something because he has inside sources. No, that's not how it works. Do I get stuff that I can break every now and then because I'll go to individuals who are in charge of something? Sure. But no, I mean, Scopa is not sitting here sending out emails to the content creators, letting them know what's coming in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, etc. Scopa does not care about content creators at all. So. Do you happen to know when 40 Plus is going to open up at 107? No, actually, we actually had Devious was in here earlier asking a similar question. And no, don't have any clue, but I can talk to them for you. So, I can talk to them for you. As I say in the movie, you're going to need a bigger boat. Yeah, well, it is what it is. No point even bringing it up. I'll just have to end the stream, I guess, here in a second because it's not getting any better. It's not getting any better. Hey, Barnabas, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you coming on in. All right, we're gonna just end the stream because Comcast is terrible. We'll see y'all on Discord. Sorry about that. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Wrong one. I don't know why I did that.